Good morning, guys. I'm going to make a video presentation about um, loading sequence and percentage loading. But first, the vessel is going to load in Port Hedland, Australia, and to discharge in Gwangyang, South Korea. So, where is Port Hedland? Okay, we go to Port Hedland. Okay, Port Hedland. I think this one. So, Port Hedland is in Australia, and this is Port Hedland. Okay, he is in the northwest of Australia. Okay, northwest of Australia, and if you notice, this is the Perth. This is Brisbane, and so he is here on the northwest of Australia. Okay, the next, so he is somewhere around here. So from here, he will travel, maybe passing this one, going to South Korea. Okay, and the next would be this is Port Hedland. We have here Port Walcott here. This is the Port Dampier. We have here Hay Point, Gladstone, Newcastle, Sydney, and Port Kimla. So Port Hedland is around here. So if you take note, go back. So around there. So here is Port Hedland, this one, probably in the center a little bit, and is around here. Port Hedland, as I said, it probably passed this way going to South Korea. Okay, then the next picture would be Port of Gwangyang. So this is the middle part of South Korea, passing from the south going this one, and the port is Gwangyang, this one. So passing this small island of Yusu, probably going here, and this one, going to this port. Okay, so that's it. So you have an idea the route from Australia going to South Korea. Now let's start to the loading sequence. This is the loading sequence of the vessel MV Cape Odyssey. This is a Cape-sized vessel with 9 holds. Okay, 9 holds. Just a little bit smaller. Okay, 9 holds. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now the loading port is Port Hedland, and to discharge in Gwangyang, South Korea. The cargo is iron ore, and this is the assumed storage factor, and ballast rate of 2,800 meters per hour. by 2 pumps, cubic meters per hour, I'm sorry, and the local density is 1.25, which is seawater, and the ceiling drop, the maximum drop, air drop at berth is 24 meters, and the ceiling drop is 1823 meters, okay? So there are two types of cargo, the young fines and Mach fine. Total cargo to load is 2,640. So this is the loading sequence. It starts from hold number 5, and he starts with the odd numbers, okay, from 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And the next sequence would be, sequence will be 2, 4, 6, 8, okay, until he reaches the final drop of 1823. Sailing drop niya, even kill, okay, and the total cargo is 206,140 metric tons, okay. I would like to say that this loading sequence or loading plan is based on the ship's loadicator. So, the ship's loadicator will give information about the shearing force of each sequence, okay, and the air drop and the V drop and the trim, and this will be the observed values when after loading is sequence, okay. Take note of the shearing force and bending moments, okay. You have here 58%, the highest in shearing force. Bending moments, we have here around 33. We have here 73. Then go down to 54. This is the shearing force in terms of percentage, okay? And the final bending moments is 77%, and the shearing force is 60%, which is good, okay? And his final drop, departure drop, is 1823 even kill. Forward and up, okay, that is 1823. Okay, and your mid, which is mid here, this is the drop mid, which is 1823, and your trim is 0, okay? Trim is 0. Okay. But this presentation, we will concentrate on the total cargo to load of 206,140, okay? Now, first things first, I will show you, okay? Bear with me, guys. I want to show you something. Okay, where is that? Then this one. Okay. Open. Etc. Okay. Then that is particular. Okay. I want you to take note, guys. This is the vessel Cape Odyssey. Cape Odyssey. I want you to take note about the maximum cargo for each hold. So in number 1, the maximum cargo to be loaded is 21,629. Number 2 is 24,793. And number 3 is 24,952. And number 4 is 24,952. And number 5 is 24,928. Number 6 is 24,952. And cargo 7 is 24,952. Hold number 8 is 24,800. And Hold number 9 is 22,832. The total maximum cargo is how much? I have already computed that one. I'm sorry. Where is that? This one. No, the percentage. Fill percentage. The total capacity of the, say, number 1 is 21,629. Okay, 21,629. You have here. Number 2 is 24,9793. 24,793. Okay. And number 9 is 22,832. 22,832. 22,832. And number 9 is 22,832. Okay. To make things shorter, so you have a total maximum cargo to load is 218,790 metric tons. This is the maximum total cargo, okay? The maximum capacity, okay? This is the maximum cargo to load of 218,798, okay? But we will not use this how to get this total cargo of 206,140 metric tons, okay? So we have already the total cargo here to be loaded, and we have the maximum cargo, maximum capacity of the total hold is 218,790 metric tons. Now we are going to compute how much are we going to load in each hold. Okay, again, our departure drop in Portland should be 18.23, and the local density at Port Hedland is 1.025, and the cargo is iron ore. The discharge port is Gwangyang, South Korea. This is the deepest depth in at berth, and the density is 1.023, and to discharge iron ore. Now from Port Hedland to Gwangyang, South Korea, the distance is approximate 4,560 nautical miles, and with the laden speed, okay, excuse me, the laden speed, or meaning when you are loaded, the speed is 14.0 knots, and the steaming time from Port Hedland to Gwangyang is 13 days, 13 hours, 43 minutes, okay? So how do you compute the maximum cargo to load? Okay? Since you are in the summer drop, you're in the summer zone, so your summer drop is 18.23, okay? I'll show you how to get that one. Then we go to the capacity table, okay? The summer drop of the vessel is 18.23 and the displacement is 23482. Take note, since you are in a summer zone, so you will take the summer drop of 18.23 and the displacement of 234,842. So we go to the equation. So this is the drop of 18.23 and the summer displacement is 234,842. Okay, and this is the ship's light ship. So you deduct this one. Put this here. Insert. You put this like this. Forms station ships. Then you go this one. Put this minus. Okay. That will push this line and size this color that will be black. Okay, or you use that will be minus. Okay, that will be dead weight of 207918 minus your non-cargo weight. What is your non-cargo weight? Which is this one. ROB at ported land. This will be your constant of 380. Your FO is 950. Your DO is 200. Your fresh water is 150. Your ballast is 0. Lube oil is 98. Total of 1,778. This is your non-cargo, so this is the one. Again, you deduct this one. Copy, put it this paste, okay. So deduct the trans. Your maximum cargo to load is 206,140. Okay, and this is the same with your loading plan of 206,140. Okay, so this is how you compute your total cargo to load of 206,140 using the percentage method. I'm sorry, using this equation. So your summer drop and summer displacement minus your light ship equals dead weight. Your dead weight deducted with your non-cargo, which is this one. Then your maximum to load, cargo to load is 206,143 metric tons. Okay. So, okay, now we go proceed now how to get this value. How are we going to distribute this in the cargo hold of 1 to 9? So this is the formula, guys, by percentage method. So calculate general fill percentage. We will find how to get the percentage. The formula is the total cargo times the storage factor over the total hold capacity. Okay. So what is your total cargo is 206,140, which is this one. Okay, 206,140 times your storage factor of your cargo. The storage factor is 1.025. Okay, let's say your storage factor of your cargo is 1.025, assuming, okay, and your total hold capacity is how much? Is this one, from 1 to 9. Your total hold capacity is 218790. Okay, from 1 to 9. Okay, so 218, that is 218790 times the storage factor of 1.025. Okay, 1.025. Let's just make this 1.023, for example. Okay, 1.023. Okay, so 1.023, that is the storage factor of your cargo. So transpose total cargo to load is 206,140 times your storage factor of 1.023 over your total hold capacity is 218,790, which is this one. Okay, 218,790. Okay, so what you do now, multiply these two, that will be 201,881. Okay, what you do, just put equals, click, and multiply, click again, and that will be 210,881 over your total hold capacity of 218,790 times 100, and that will be 0.96385. Okay, what you do was click this one over the total hold capacity, that will be 0.96385 times 100, that will be 96.39 or 96.4%. Okay, that will be the total percentage of total cargo to load in this hold of cargo hold from 1 to 9. Now we are now going to compute for how are we going to load in hold number 1. So weight equals hold capacity times percentage over storage factor. Now the storage factor is 1.23. The hold capacity is 21629, which is this one, guys. Number 1 is 21629. Okay, times your percentage, which is 96.4 or 96, which is 0.96, which is this one, guys. 0.96 over your storage factor of 1.023. So multiply this one. Once again, click then to hold capacity times your percentage, which is 96. That will be 20847.2, and you divide with your storage factor, that will be equals, click this one over the storage factor, and your cargo to load in number 1 is 20378, which is this one. Okay, 20378. Then we go to number 2, the same. So number 2, the capacity is 24793. 24793. Okay, Number 2 is 24952. 24952. Number 2 is 24793. 24793. 24793. It should be 24793. Okay? 24793 times your percentage of 0.96 over 1.023 over Stokes factor. Okay? So multiply these two, that will be, again, equals times the percentage 0.96 equals, then equals, divide this one with your Stokes factor, and your figure number 2 would be 23360. Number 2 would be 2360. Okay? So number 3, the same procedure. Number 3 is 24952. 24952, okay, times your percentage over Stokes factor, and the value will be number, what's number 3, no? Number 3, sorry. 24952 times percentage over Stokes factor, the value number 3 will be 23509. Number 3 is 2350, how much? 23509, okay? So we go to number 4. Number 4, the same. And number 4 is 23509. Number 4 is 23509. Then we go to number 5. Number 5 is 23487. 23487. Number 5 is 23487. That's number 5, okay? That is number 5, 23487. The number 6. Number 6 is 23509. Number 6 is 23509. Then we go to number 7. Number 7 is 23509. Number 7 is 23509. Then go to number 8. Number 8 is 23366. Number 8 is 23366, okay? 23366. And the last hold number 9. Hold number 9 is 21512. 21592. 21512, okay? Total of 206140. And the total here is, total weight is 206140. Okay, I hope that's, by percentage, we can get the value of 206140, which is the same with your loading sequence of 206140. Okay, this is by the loadicator, or the program for loading in the vessel, or loadicator, okay, ship's loadicator. Then we go, so we have no total here. So what we're going to do, this is not round up, so you round it up. So from 2037378, you make it 390, and 23360, maintain this one. Then 23509, you make it 23500. The same with the number 4, 23500. And number 5 is 23487. you make it 480. And number 6 is 23509, you make it 23500. And number 7 is 2309, you make it 23500. And number 8 is 23366, and you make it 23370. And number 9 is 21512, you make it 2150. Total of 206,140, which is the same. Okay? Now, take note, guys. Hold voice by loading sequence. Okay? We will compare these two, but first we must confirm this one. Number 1, 20650. Number 1 is 20650. And number 2 is 25360. 25360. Okay. And number 3 is 20690. 20690. Number 3, 20690. Number 4 is 25500. 25500. And number 5 is 1600. Number 5 is 1600. And number 6 is 22280. 22280. Then you have 22280. And number 7 is 26360. 26360. Number 7 is 26360. Okay. And number 8 is 24500. Number 8 is 24500. And number 9 is 24800. Number 9 is 24800. Okay. And that will be a total of 2,640 metric tons. Take note, guys, this is by the loadicator of ship's loading program, and this is by percentage. They have the same value here, total value, but in hold number 1, take note of this one, guys. In number 5, he has less cargo of 16,000, and this one is more. So from this one, how did he get 16,000? You put some cargo, take out some cargo, put it in number 1, and number 5, put some cargo, put it in number 9. That's how he do it, guys. Okay? And so forth and so forth until he will reach the storage factor of when he gets this drop. His bending moments and storage factor is 77%. Bending moment and the storage factor is 60%. Okay? So with the loadicator, in distributing this cargo, the bending moment is 7%, and the sharing force is how much? Sharing force is 60%. Okay, by distributing the cargo of this figure. So number 1 has more cargo. Number 2, less cargo. And number 3, more cargo. And number 4, more cargo. And number 5, less cargo. And number 6 is less cargo. And number 7, you have more cargo. And number 8 is more cargo. And number 9 is more cargo. Take note, guys, from number 9 going to number 5, you have more cargo. And here more cargo going to less cargo. So if we have less cargo in the middle, then your when your deflection will be 0. This is how it is when you have a deflection of 0 or less than 1%. This is how you distribute your cargo. Okay, I hope that's clear. Now, so this is a maximum cargo to load of 240 metric tons, and the ROB of departure and headland, this is the ROB, which is the non-cargo. So FO is 950, Constance is 380, DO is 200, freshwater is 150, and ballast is 0, and low oil. Now, take note, guys, that with a distance of 4,560, your total consumption of fuel oil is 331.4. Okay. How did you get 331.4? This is how you do it, guys. How do you get this one? You just divide this speed by your distance, then you will get the number of, this will be your steaming time. Multiply with your consumption of 49 metric tons per day, then you will get this total consumption of 631.4. Okay, I will repeat. The distance divided by your speed, then you will get the steaming time. The steaming time, you multiply it with your consumption of fuel oil, for example, is 49 metric tons per day, then you will have the total consumption of 631.4. Okay, I hope that's clear. Now, we will compute our arrival ROB in South Korea. We have a consumption. Take note that the consumption of FO from 950 is now to 321. Okay? And DO, only take out 3 metric tons to freshwater. You have more, 30 tons more. Why? Because the production is, we have more production than the consumption. So with the total of 13 days, 13 hours, we have a production of 30 metric tons. That's why it is 180. And before arrival, Hwangyang, you load ballast water and after peak, so you will have an even kill, and your low oil is 98. How do I get this figure? This is this one, guys. Okay. Your constant is 380, okay? Okay. Constant is 380. And your DO, your fuel oil is 350. The consumption for the entire voyage for fuel oil is 629.4. And your remaining ROB is 321.6, which is this one. 321.6, okay? Done. Next will be your DO. You take only 3 tons, so your ROB is 197. DO is 197, okay? Then next will be low oil, no change, so it's still 98. And your freshwater, we have production of 30 tons freshwater, that will be 180, okay? So you have here freshwater 180, okay? Then your ballast, you add 500 metric tons of ballast from 0, then your ballast would be 500. Okay, 500. Okay, 500. And lube oil is the same. Okay, so why did I add 500 metric tons of ballast water? I will explain, guys. Okay, we will use this program. Okay, this program. Uh, I think this one. Okay. Now, our departure in our departure in departure in departure in Port Hedland is even kill of 1823. Okay, which is according to our loading sequence. Even kill. Okay, even kill. Forward 18.23. Okay, yan na. Salamat. And up is 18.23. Okay? And this is, by the way, how to find draft and trim when handling weights involving large changes in mineral. This is form number 7, large weights. Okay? Then, you have a consumption of fuel oil when consumption that is negative. So that is here. Which is discharge. Negative when discharge, meaning consumption. When you add cargo, is positive. So this is total of 628.4. 628.4. You have here 628.4. Okay? 628.4. 628.4. If you add this one, then you add 500 metric tons in your after peak, so that will be positive, and you have additional production of 30 tons, which is positive. Okay, then your arrival drop in South Korea is 1.025, and your drop arrival should be even kill. So you have trims, 0 trim, forward and up is 18.26. So this should be 18.26. Then you have a 0 deflection here. Okay. So that is the reason why we put additional 500, because if you don't put 500 in after peak, what will happen to your arrival drop? Then you'll be trimmed by the head of 24 centimeters or 25. So that's why you put 500 metric tons in after peak, so that you will arrive even kill in Gwangyang. Okay. Take note that actually our initial this is the density of, for example, the Stokes factor. Okay, Stokes factor. This is Stokes factor. But the density at birth in departure is 1.025. Okay, you might get confused. So this is the local density or the seawater density. So this is seawater, and this is the local density at Gwangyang. Seawater density 1.025. That's why you have a even kill arrival. Okay. I hope that's clear. Again, if I take out the 500 metric tons, put it to 0, then you will have a trim by the head. Because you're more drop forward and less drop up, then you're trimmed by 25 centimeters. So to make it even kill, you put 500 in your after peak. Then you will have your arrival drop at Gwangyang will be 1826 even kill. Okay, then your deflection is 0. So that's it, guys. If you like this video, please click the like button, share, and subscribe. And please don't forget to click the notification bell. If you have some questions or you want to a copy of this program, please write on my email ad and I will gladly share to you this program. Thank you for watching and have a good day.